Alright lads, so today kickstarting off the showcases, trying out the new characters. In this case, we have a 1000-year Blood War Yuma Chica. Who would have thought this character would ever get a 1000-year Blood War version, let alone before all the potential big names that we were expecting? Either way, I'm not entirely opposed to it because Yuma Chica does deserve at least one good character. Every Yuma Chica we've ever gotten has just been mediocre. So it's nice to finally get a good Yuma Chica, especially be a good character in general, and fulfills the niche that has been needed to be fulfilled, a good melee Squad Zero killer, at least a recent one. He is more of a Guild Quest centered character, but given his kit and given the skills and stats that he does have, I feel like he is good enough to be used even outside of Guild Quest content, which is what you want to see. Either way though, Yuma Chica is a Mind Swiper with the Squad Zero kill ability. We are once more getting more powerful characters in the Mind attribute, making the attribute itself even better. His soul trait is the second of its kind, the first for the Mind attribute, status element spiritual pressure boost plus 40%. And of course with that, if we have a look at his damage output, he has a 120% SP boost when you do inflict a stat element. Keep in mind he can inflict drain. He has an increased chance to inflict stat element against heart attribute enemies. With that, he has Frenzy plus 2, and also it gets increased to Frenzy plus 3 in Guild Quests. He also has 10% more melee damage, which gets further increased to 30% in Guild Quests. And then he also has 30% killer effect, which once more gets further increased to 50% in Guild Quests. So very high damage output for the most part, right? He has Havoc, he has Guard Break, he's immune to Paralysis. That's the Guild Quest you're going to use him in. There are Paralysis pools. He has weakened defense, so he's going to be good in the current Epic Raid, and of course once more in Guild Quest. And he also has Poise. Also 20% DR, which is very weird for a character like this, but it doesn't hurt him as much because you will see in the gameplay, his SA2 is a barrage attack, and that leaves him open for attacks. But since he takes less damage, since he can heal himself back up, he's probably the most usable barrage character in the game. The others being these three, which are characters that I wouldn't really recommend using outside of Guild Quest content. So for a 1000-year Blood War character, he definitely does feel special. With that said, let's jump some content to see how he does perform. Unlucky for us, going into Ultra IT Corp, this current Inheritance Shards does actually have Paralysis pools, so we don't have to worry about getting paralyzed, right? So for the most part, his strong attack kit is actually pretty good. SA1 is going to be a beam forwards. Really fast activation time as well. His SA2 is going to be the barrage attack, which is based off the Hado attack that he does do, the one attack he does do in 1000-year Blood War, and that's also his Soul Bomb. And his SA3 is a full screen in front of him. It's a really good strong attack here, especially for Epic Raid and also Guild Quest content, where again is where you're mainly going to use him, right? Now again, this SA2, while I do think it is a good attack, and I do like that they're putting it on characters more often, because it is more of a Guild Quest skill, and I do care about Guild Quest, but it's not that good outside of Guild Quest, if I'm being honest. Any non-stationary content like this, for example, isn't the greatest, but you can definitely make it work. And in his case, he's the best variation of that because he also does have good survivability, so you don't have to worry. Look at the strength and speed of that SA3. But yeah, you won't have to worry about losing a lot of DPS, taking damage, for example, by using that SA2 with this character. Let's use our SA3 here, and then SA2. And look at that, we killed them before they even got to us. But understand, even though the character does have Poise, even though he does actually have Lacerate 2, you still have to be a tad bit careful. You don't want to just casually use that SA2 and be open for attacks. But let's use it now. Bit of damage there, then let's back up, right? So we actually did take damage there, but as you can see, back up the full stamina. And then one strong attack free does finish up. So you don't even need to use the SA2 against some of these bosses. You can probably just do enough damage with the SA1 and 3. Again, Frenzy plus 2, 120% SP boost is actually still really good. Let's use the SA2 here. Unfortunately, couldn't get it all off. We didn't position ourselves correctly. Let's back it up. SA3, then use our Soul Bomb. Soul Bomb does apply weakened defense. It's a pretty cool Soul Bomb. Obviously, I would have loved if Ikaku was in there. I understand why he isn't. We're probably not going to get a 1000-year Blood War Ikaku, because I don't think Ikaku does anything. At least Yuma Chica showcased one new attack, that being the Hado attack. So for our very first run in Inheritance Shards, we did get a 2-minute clear time, which to be fair is probably on the slower side. But with a character without Killer, and that's the most unfortunate thing too, is that he's never going to have Killer. There's no Squad Zero enemies in IT. This is kind of in line what you potentially expect, right? For a character like this. And to be fair, that's fine. You know, he's not really designed for IT, but he's still good enough to be used here. Like, this isn't bad by any means. SA2 is doing a bit of damage there. I feel like it fully off, but probably didn't need to. At least the SA1 and 3 feels really good. I think that's the best thing about him, is that he does have other good strong attacks, right? Because the SA2 is definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but look at that SA, man. That SA1 and 3, they come out so quick, it feels powerful. I've never seen Yuma Chica look this cool, if I'm being truthfully honest. Let's go here, use our SA3, then 1. Probably shouldn't have used it in that direction, because I know there's a wave here. And then we'll just finish these enemies up with the SA2. There we go. He's not designed for IT, but if he had a human killer as well, that would have been cool. Because he does have an increased chance against only enemies with his attribute advantage. So I think I would have preferred had they given an increased chance to inflict stats elements against Soripers and also humans, because that's the quest you want to use him in guild quests. So if anything, that's my one gripe, that the increased chance isn't against the 2 killers you're mainly going to be using him against when using him in guild quest content. But I guess it helps him out more in here, because in any IT, if you did want to use him, you are going to always have that increased chance, right? Let's just do the SA2 here, take them down really quick. Then SA1 upwards. And in this case, how powerful is our Soul Bomb? I don't want to use it just yet because we're only 1-5 with no killer. Let's use the SA1 there, into the 3, then Soul Bomb. There we go, and then finish up with the 2. We couldn't even do that. Unfortunately, we got caught slipping. So yeah, still, have to be careful with that SA2. Would have been better there if I just used an SA1 or 3. So the SA2 definitely still has problems with this character, but I think he's more lenient with it because, again, he does have Poise and also, most importantly, Drain, so you can get back up to full stamina super quick. Bambietta is a very similar character with a worse SA1, lower damage output too, but using Bambietta in IT, for example, you're playing a lot more safe because you don't want to take damage, because if you do, you're losing out on a lot of DPS. Now, Yumichika doesn't need to be at full stamina. He has no full stamina skills, but of course, you are going to be giving him bonus abilities and soul traits, which allows you to do more damage at full stamina, so having the Drain is actually still really, really good. In this case, though, even though we did die there, added maybe an extra 5 seconds to the quest, we cleared with 1 minute and 40, which is, yeah, I mean, it's good, right? Like, that's what you get with characters like this. If he was able to have Killer, you would get that down closer to 1 minute. Unfortunately, that would never be the case. And he doesn't have Pierce Iron Skin. He doesn't need it. He's not entirely designed for IT. So 1 minute and 43 is actually just good for the character. Next up, though, let's take him into Epic Raids, because there's one thing about the character's SA2, it is definitely good in Epic Raids. And right now, he's currently a bonus, and he's probably one of the better characters to use for this current month at Epic Raids, given that the bonus characters themselves aren't the greatest, and this boss has the most amount of HP for any Epic Raid boss, that being 72 million HP. For the build that we are using 3 tertiary pets, giving us 60% Berserker, 60% full stamina damage. We're using these 3 particular accessories, and these 3 soul traits. Now, we are going to experiment. I don't know if it's possible for me to solo this, but I'll see how far I can actually go. Alright then, so let's see how this does go. Let's instantly use the SA3. I don't think we want to use the SA2 until we have the SP boost, like right now, for example. Let's do this. And then back up. Good amount of damage thus far. We're doing like 200k per hit. This is really good. And we're constantly inflicting Drain. If we take damage, we should be able to easily get back to full stamina. Let's back up, then go forwards. Thus far, thus good. Let's just SA3 there. I haven't learned the pattern, I'll be honest. It's been a minute since I've done this, but right now it's not too bad. And then let's use our SA2. There we go. Good amount of damage from that. That was really good. We go around the side. SA3. Once more got the SP boost. In this case, can we finish quick enough? SA2, do the job. Hold on. SA1. Oh my god. This is working. Hold on. We took damage. We're back up to full stamina now. When's the good time to do it? I'm letter D, right? Let's show him now. That's weakened defense applied. Back up. No! That was a good run, though. I'll leave that in because I think that was a good run. Unfortunately, I just got hit there. We'll try that again. Right now, though, it's looking promising. Jumping into our second run, though, what we are going to do is instantly use the SA1 like that into the 3. Let's just give us a good space here like that. SA2. Able to get most of the attack off there. That's not too bad. Mazuna nashing when we can. Maybe we can affect the stat element. There we go. And then let's go here. Finish up with the 2. Maybe get most of it off. Wasn't able to, but that's fine. 72% already into the second phase. And we are only 30 seconds into the run. That's not too bad. Might as well use my Soul Bomb now. Then use the 2. Look at that. Look at the damage we're doing. This is really good. There we go. SA3 into the 1. And then we just got to use one more strong attack. I might as well use my SA1 here. No need to use the 3. Well, the letter A. Let's use the SA1. There we go. Or SA2 more, so that one, the 1. Into the 3. SP boost has been consistent, though. We're constantly inflicting Drain here. This is really good. And we're letter A. Let's remember that. There we go. There we go. Nice and easy. SA2. Get a good amount of hits in there. Back up. Into the 3. There we go. Look at that. I mean, granted, we are a bonus, so we are getting that, you know, extra damage output, but basically 72 million HP. Damage dealt more so. in just a minute's time. That's good. I mean, Yumachika, to no one's surprise, is a good damage dealer, right? At least in stationary content, epic raids, and guild quests. That shouldn't be a shocker, but still nice to know and actually see it in gameplay. And remember, this isn't even his highest damage output, right? Because remember, he only gets Frenzy plus 3 in guild quests. So in guild quests, which we're going to showcase in just a minute, is going to be absolutely crazy. Epic raids, definitely a good one. Let's do one more run, though. Alright then, so our overdipper lobby, in this case, we have 3 Yumachika, so if everyone decides to use a Soul Bomb on any given phase, we can get through this really, really quick. Let's use the SA2. The Gremmy used their Soul Bomb, but we didn't need the Gremmy using the Soul Bomb, right? Now, one thing to keep in mind is that it's actually easier to let off the SA2 in a co-op lobby like this, because the attacks the boss does is aimed at other players, right? So sometimes you might be able to not have to worry about taking damage where you're currently located. Let's go down here. SA1, look at the speed we're clearing on this. Let me remember my letter, though. I'm letter F. Okay, good to know. SA2's gone off. Unfortunately, the attack was aimed after me. That's fine, though. I was able to get most of the attack off anyway. Right now, all we got to do is just inflict a Star Summon, and we're absolutely golden. That's fine, though. We'll finish off with the 2. Look at that. Look at that. 72 million done in just under 30 seconds. Not a perfect run. Some of my teammates took damage. They died. That's fine, though. And I guess with this epic raid, you get a good look at the SA2's visuals. It looks good. I like it. But yeah, by far the best day to farm epic raids this month is with Yumachika, or just Mind Day only, right? If you can get a couple Yumachikas in your lobby, it definitely speeds up the process. 32 seconds like that, nice and easily done. And we're getting all those drops there. Most importantly, the medals, though, if you are trying to max at the shop. Now, for me, we're going to go try Yumachika in Guild Quest, but it's not for another 20 minutes. So for you lads, it will just be a quick little jump cut. So what I've been super excited to try out with this team is that I've kind of forgot the synergy he does have with Shuhei. Since he's a Mind Striper, Shuhei is giving him 20% more strong attack damage. And that definitely does help out too, because Yumachika doesn't have any built-in Berserker, so like any extra sad damage definitely does go a long way, especially with his Frenzy plus 3. And then Shuhei also does allow Yumachika to do 40% more damage to those enemies he does inflict with a status summon. We're going to be using Tatsuki as our team booster, and then Yumachika's build, again, same exact bonus abilities throughout the entire video, full stamina and also SP. We're going with these 3 particular accessories, and then these 3 particular links. With that said, let's jump into the very hard guild quest and see how he does perform. Alright then, so let's see how this does go. We're instantly going to use our SA3. Oh my god, what? What? I mean, we got an SP boost, so that makes sense, right? Let's go up there. SA2 didn't do that much damage. I think whether we clear like fast or not really depends on if we can actually inflict a Stazo, because look at that damage. Man. Alright, let's back down here. Let's use our SA1. I still haven't learned like the attack pattern or what strong attacks I should use, but the SA2 is doing good there. Let's Soul Bomb there. And I guess we can Soul Bomb now, then SA3, and then 1. Unfortunately, a couple enemies are left alive because our summon doesn't do that much damage. But for our very first run, 34 seconds left is good. It's not really, really good. It's good, though. But I'm more impressed with the potential that we had there, because you saw there, we killed that first boss with 1 strong attack 3. Yashu doesn't even do that at Max Transcended. Lovely bit of extra rewards. Let's go back into that again, though. So let's try it again. I think whether or not we one-shot bosses really comes down to if we can inflict the status summon or not. So we actually did a good amount of damage there. Let's SA1. Unfortunately, though, like right now, for example, it's very awkward, because there's no back damage to that SA2, right? Still not too bad, though. Let's SA1 there. And then we're going to SA3 here. Nice and easy. SA1. Good amount of damage. Unfortunately, I have not given paralysis immunity to the Tatsuki. So not the greatest, right? So we actually would have finished up there by having to use a strong attack. Let's Soul Bomb now. Then SA2. SA2 does a good amount of damage there. Unfortunately, the Soul Bomb is bringing us down. So I think if you add him 2-5, that makes a bigger difference. Let's SA3 into the 1. And then we just got to finish up with just 1 more strong attack too. 35 seconds, kind of in line. If anything, that's with this team in particular, it's the lowest you're going to get, which is still good for a 1-5 character. But again, I think there's a lot of potential with him. I just need to find out the attack pattern. What's best to use, when and where should I be using his attacks, for example. Alright, let's try that once more. Let's try that once more. SA3, again, good thing. Damage output's good here. And it also does a good amount of damage too. It also does a good amount of range to it as well. Let's SA2 here. Really good damage on Shad. There we go. Would love to Soul Bomb here if I'm being honest. But SA1 does a good amount of damage. Then the SA3. That's really good. Let's SA1 upwards. Then Soul Bomb. Just to get out Kugo or get Kugo out the way. SA2 is good there. Again, just strands and mods right now is being our biggest issue, right? Let's SA3. And then 1. Can we finish up? 40 seconds remaining. Close enough, right? 39. So we're getting there. We're getting improvements. We're seeing improvements being made. 40 seconds remaining for the most part. But let's just round up. let's just round it up. 39 seconds remaining, ain't too bad, right? Compared to Toshiro, who's currently the other good lead, one, I feel like we have higher clear potential with Yumachika. In a way, he's technically more available because who's actually pulling on Safri banners nowadays? For a new player, there's a better chance you get Yumachika than Toshiro. But one thing I will say, Yumachika not having killer against the mini-mobs, you know, it's noticeable here. So that's why you might want to have the character 2-5. Not that it's a bad thing. I mean, most people out there are just trying to clear GQ, right? Not get super fast play times. I care about that stuff. And I can see the potential with Yumachika. But let's try that once more. This time, let's try and actually get the 40 seconds remaining. I don't want to reset too long, so this very well might be my last run here, right? But we'll see how it does go. Let's use our SA1 like that. And then SA2. Hopefully the enemies could walk into it. Not the greatest, but again, our SA3 comes back in time, so it's not too bad. There we go. And we do have to wait a bit. Let's Soul Bomb. Then 2. Okay, 5 seconds left. But the thing is, I think we need 3 strong attacks to kill Ichibei. Like how close we are to getting him down to 0, right? So let's just end the run there. We'll take it for what it is. I think there's definitely potential to get 40. Maybe I'm not even using the best team. I don't know. I feel like it is a good team to use nonetheless, though. Yumachika is obviously a great lead. The damage that we're getting from Shuei, obviously, is also really good. And then Tatsuki's just our team booster, right? Doing the standard stuff. But either way, even 40 seconds for like a 1-5 Yumachika is still really, really impressive, to be fair. There's just a bit of extra work you have to do with the sides a bit. It's a bit awkward at points. But you know, if you get him 2-5, the additional 1000 focus, it's probably enough to get the 40 second remaining. Well, that's it, lads. That's basically Yumachika in a nutshell. Overall, just a very good character. To some people, the prize of the most recent End of Month banner. He, of course, knows exactly what he wants to be, that being a Guild Quest character, and of course, he's really good in Guild Quest. Being able to one-shot that first boss at 1 out of 5 feels very powerful, I must say. There's definitely ways this character could have been better. Again, I feel like the increased chance against both humans and Squad 0 enemies would have been a lot more ideal for the Guild Quest content he wants to be used in, but it doesn't mean he can't clear the GQ just fine. As you saw there, we almost got a sub 40 with Yumachika only at 1-5. Considering he's built around only being used in GQ, and considering he does have a Raj attack SA2, which isn't the greatest attack to have outside of Guild Quest content, he's still really good to be used in content like IT Epic Raids. Obviously, Epic Raids right now, he's really good for the entirety of the month, given that he is a bonus. And IT, while of course you don't really get any bonuses for bringing him there, if you are a Yumachika fan, for example, and you want to use him there, by all means you can. He's a very safe character to use with the Drain, the increased chance to inflict Drain. He has a high damage output, Frenzy +2, free in Guild Quest, and of course he also has the 120% SP boost, making him potentially even a good link. So overall, not like a must-have character, but a very strong one and a nice addition to the game. I'm a fan of it. Let me know what you like about this character in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.